Hello YouTube and welcome to another episode of Off Topic. Now at the very onset, let me take this moment to appreciate Mr. Narendra Modi, our Honorable Prime Minister, for the huge step he has taken towards eradicating the black economy in India. Rupee 500 and Rupee 1000 notes will cease to exist as legal tender from tonight, and that could not have come at a better time. Let me take this moment to appreciate and thank Mr. Narendra Modi, our Honorable Prime Minister, for the huge step that he has taken to eradicate the black economy in India. Now, this might and has come as a huge shock for a lot of people that the Rupee 500 and 1000 notes will stop being legal tender from today midnight. I mean, imagine that is a huge step, and you need to have balls of steel to carry out something like that. I mean, come on, you're just doing away with a particular currency note without any pre-preparation, without letting anybody even have the slightest idea that such a step could come. But this definitely has to be the biggest step in the right direction for eradicating the black economy in India. Let's now take a look at what is exactly going to happen. There is going to be a lot of chaos around, a lot of confusion. So let me clear out a couple of points. What is exactly happening? The Rupee 500 and Rupee 1000 notes that you see in circulation as of now are not going to be legal tender from tonight midnight. Okay. So before we all get excited about this and create chaos, pass on rumors, let's take a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out, and let it all go. For now, you need to understand that as long as you do not have black money, you're safe. If you are like me, a white collared service guy, then you need not worry about anything because you are not in danger. It's those people who have stashed away lots of black money in the form of rupees 500 and rupees 1000 notes who are going to be in a lot of trouble. Why trouble? Let's have a look. To summarize in bullet points, some of the important announcements are: 1. Again, repeating myself, Rupee 500 and Rupees 1000 notes stop being legal tender from today, that is 8th of November midnight. There is a highly likely chance that tomorrow, that is 9th of November 2011, banks and ATMs might stay closed. However, there is some respite for people. For example, government banks will continue to accept these old 500 and 1000 rupee notes as legal tender till the 11th of November. Again, same goes for petrol pumps, but they have to keep a count of every 500 and 1000 rupee note that is coming to them. So, if you do have these notes at home, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to walk into your nearest bank branch and get this exchanged. You have a deadline, that is 30th of December, 50 days from today. So you walk into any bank branch, you give them your 500 or 1000 rupee note and get it exchanged for a lesser currency like hundreds or 50s. Although it does seem like a move that has been taken overnight. So I am sure they are planning it out in a way to minimize chaos. So I would suggest for the next couple of days, just try and avoid cash transactions of any sort and do not carry big currency with you. That being said, what if you're not able to exchange these notes at your bank till the 30th of December? Do not worry, you can still exchange them at your bank till March 2017, but at this point of time you will have to show them some sort of ID proof. As far as I know, there is no limit on the amount that you can deposit in one day, but there is a limit on how much you can withdraw. For the next couple of days, it seems that the ATMs will be able to give you only 2000 rupees per day. There will be a limit on the number of notes you can withdraw from an ATM. And similarly, at the cash counter in a bank, you will be able to withdraw not more than 10,000 rupees or 20,000 rupees. That is what I have been hearing as of now. So what next, right? Everybody is worried about what's going to happen next. We are doing away with the 500 rupee notes, we are doing away with the 1000 rupee notes, but what next? Now with the doing away of the old notes, there will be certainly new notes being introduced with special characteristics. Now what I have here is a specimen of the 2000 rupee note. I hope you can see it clearly. This is how the 2000 rupee note is going to look like. Okay, what's going to be special about this note? Well, it is going to have a nano GPS embedded into it. Nano GPS. Now, what exactly is nano GPS? It's very similar to what you have inside your phone. However, it will not run on a battery. It will be more like a mirror. The GPS satellites will send a signal and it will be reflected back. So even if you hide this node, they will know exactly where this node is. Okay, so as far as I know, the nano GPS transmitters work very well even below 120 meter of earth. So even if you are planning on hiding your cash inside a basement, it is still going to be found out. So I would suggest don't do that. Seriously, Mr. Modi is not going to allow that to happen anymore. Of course, you know, people will say, what if these nano GPS thingies can be hacked? That's not going to be easy. The moment you try tampering with it, it will ruin the note, thereby that money is gone anyways, so the government doesn't care anymore. Anyways, that is all that anybody knows for now, and uh, being a banker, I will keep you posted as to what are the new comings, whether notes are being easily exchanged at the bank counters, whether it is actually possible for us bankers to do it in a very practical and easy manner. Because let me tell you what, no bank, and I mean no bank, had an idea. I'm pretty sure the top bosses had an idea, but at a lower level, when we are going to be handling these problems, I don't think anybody had even the slightest of inkling that something of this big a nature was about to happen. So none of us are ready. Let me tell you frankly, none of us are ready. But don't worry, there's no need to panic because provisions will be made tomorrow to meet all the requirements, and this is high time that we as people start becoming more cash independent. Move towards the cashless mechanism, because not only is it cheaper for the economy, it is also safer and better. See, the other thing that you need to keep in mind is that most of the time the banks are going to tell you to deposit money into your account. They're not going to exchange your cash across the counter, because it will, and let me tell you this first, and it will be really difficult to do that. You cannot expect anybody to walk into a bank, any bank branch for that matter, hand over say 2 lakh rupees and get 2 lakh rupees in 100 rupee notes. That is just not possible. So the banks will ask you to deposit all your money in the account and then withdraw it from an ATM. Okay. Anyways, Mr. Narendra Modi and his team has already thought of this, and that is why there is going to be a withdrawal limit for the next couple of days. You can deposit any amount of money you want, but you will be allowed to withdraw only 10 to 20,000 rupees. That's the limit. So, you know what? Calm down. There's no need to worry. There's no need to get excited. There's no chaos. This is not the apocalypse. Okay? Stay cool. Walk into your bank branch, see how it goes. Cooperate with your bankers, because after all they are people as well, and everything will be sorted out in a couple of days. Alright then, good night. That's all from me.